mic on.
It's all right, I'll go again. Do you want to do my stinger or anything again? Hello, welcome to the Tenerife Pod. This is the bonus episode. It's Monday at the time of recording, and this is all sponsored, of course, by the amazing guys at BGR Solutions. I'm Jenny T. I'm back. I'm as your host today with my two co-hosts. We have Steve Ballard. Hello.
Hello.
I like that little salute. And Chris Elkington. Hey.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? We're all
I'm
surviving.
all right, thank you. Surviving. I've survived the storm. Have you survived the storm, Steve?
Do you know what? I thought I was going to drown the other day coming out of Lidl's. I parked in the wrong place, right round the corner. It was sunny when I walked in, and it was throwing it down when I walked out.
Why do you say Lidl's?
Because that's where I shop.
Yeah, but it's Lidl. It's like... It's
That's
not.
how I
As,
said
it's not. As, like this bugs me. Do you know? This bugs me. Like Sainsbury's is Sainsbury's. J Sainsbury's,
Okay,
but it's
yeah.
not Asda's. It's not. It's Tesco's. That's right. But Lidl's
No,
and
it's
Aldi's.
Tesco.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Tesco.
okay. So right. So there we go. So we don't need to add an S on the
My
end.
grandmother used to say Asda's.
Yeah. Stop doing it. It's not the name of the shop. It only works with Sainsbury's.
Incidentally, we'd like to point out that there are other supermarkets available in
Course.
Tenerife as well.
Actually, for my dinner later, I'm going to Mercadonna's.
I'm going to Hyperdino's.
Right, anyway, on that note, that nothing to do with anything we want to talk about on the pod today. First of all, how did it go last week without me? Did you miss me or am I being replaced, guys?
Actually, it was really good.
it
No, I'm not saying that because you weren't here.
It was
But
boys' talk,
it
man's talk.
was
is
lads,
what it was.
lads.
It was a bit lads. Because we were talking about football. Although we did talk about the weather, we had he called himself Miguel Pescado, didn't
I
he?
like that, though. I really like that.
I thought that was excellent. So he was here. We talked about football. We talked about CD Tenerife.
Yeah, we had
and the
some
weather.
really good feedback about Chris, actually.
Yeah,
didn't we? It was
great
great
guest.
having on. And the good thing is, he's going to become a regular contributor, shall we say,
Which
as
is
far as
good.
football's
Yeah.
concerned.
Because he's knowledgeable on so much more than football. Like, he really had a lot
Lived
of
here a long
input.
time.
And I
No,
thought it was
and he
fascinating.
brought the jokes. Okay, one or two of them were a bit ropey, but mostly he was really funny, I
the
think.
band.
Well, we talked about CD Tenerife, which was really good.
Did they play there? 'Cause
Yes.
obviously the
So they
Storm-
were. So they're getting closer to automatic promotion, and they played Osasuna B. At the weekend. They won 1-0. It was an own goal by Osasuna B, I will say that. So CD
All
Tenerife.
count. They all count.
Oh, hit the back of the net, that's it. They're on for a points record, currently sitting at 63 points. Played 29, won 19, drawn 6, lost 4, which is a very good record. And yeah, a step closer to that automatic promotion. So exciting times ahead for CD Tenerife.
Do you know what any of that means, Jen?
I'll be honest with you, I don't. But I would like to say something. I mean,
Hang on a minute. You became a massive football fan when Leicester won the Premier League, because you're from Leicester, aren't you?
I'll be honest with you. Growing up, I was quite a big football fan because my dad is a big Leicester fan. So growing up, we didn't have season tickets or anything, but we would go and enjoy the football, and I would wear a Leicester City shirt, and I was quite into it. But since moving away, and I don't have my dad to kind of keep me informed, I'll be honest with you, I don't really
Okay,
keep
well,
up with
one
it.
question then, taking into account we did it the other day. Our favourite, we asked what was your favourite footballer of all time. Who's your favourite footballer, Jen?
Oh, well, probably just David Beckham, isn't it?
I predicted that.
Did you?
I wrote
I
it
did.
down.
Do you know
I
what?
wrote
Did
it
you?
down. I actually have written down she will say David Beckham.
The first
why,
one.
why David Beckham, Jen?
Just fit, innit? He's so fit.
Nothing to do with football then, really. I thought you might have said, being at Leicester, I thought you might have said Jamie Vardy, because he was obviously
Or Gary
winner.
Lineker.
Or Lineker, he was, a famous Leicester player.
Jamie Vardy, yeah, I don't mind. I mean, get a fox in the box, you know they're going to do their thing. They're going to win, absolutely. But, no, who was
David Beckham.
it? Who was it? Gullit, someone?
Ruud Gullit.
Ruud Gullit.
Yeah. I used to like him. But
The
I can't-
very famous Dutch footballer who was
Right.
manager of Chelsea for a
Was
while.
manager of
and
Didn't,
Newcastle.
but he played for Leicester for a bit, did he not?
I don't think so.
I don't
think so.
he did,
No.
no. Anyway,
Ah.
kudos to you for kind of knowing
Can
who
I
it
just
was.
say, before you carry on though, like, I am a female, but I do not represent the female population, because I would like to point out that the female footballers and the female football world, ladies football, are doing better than the men in regards.
You see, I disagree. I mean,
England
these
and
days, I
Spain.
think the Gen Z are all over
Oh,
football.
here we go.
Well, I saw a thing the other day.
What did you say?
Apparently, Generation Alpha is now a thing.
Yes.
And Generation Beta started last year. Now, me being an oldie, or the oldest out the group, apparently, you've told me I'm a Generation X.
Yeah.
What makes me a Generation X?
It's the years that you were born. So if you were born between the years, I think it's 1967 to 1979.
80, yeah.
To 80 makes you a.
I did
Gen
look it up on Google.
65 to 80. I think
Apparently, with Generation X are between the analog and digital world. You see,
allegedly, we are the best.
Oh, are you an X
generation.
as well?
I am an X as well, yeah, because I was born in 78. But we're the best generation because boomers, who were the generation before us, those born after the Second World War in the baby boom era of the 1950s, obviously weren't growing up with digital, whereas Gen X were the first generation to have both non-digital and digital.
So like a transition between the two. Yeah.
Using mobile phones, into using the internet and all of those things.
See,
so
I would say my generation has done that more, the millennial.
Yeah, but you were already in the digital. You already had the digital age.
No, I was born in 1986, so not really. So
Okay.
I had my childhood without technology, probably
You were
into my
born
teen
in
years.
86.
Yeah.
My God, I was 16. I was having my best life in 1986. I really was.
I was having my best life because I was 8, which means I was going to school and that was it. That was the only stress I had.
I don't remember much from 86, if I'm honest.
I remember the music. Music was 80s.
So you're what? You're a millennial.
I'm a millennial. Yeah.
You see,
We're the
I thought you'd be a Gen T.
Oh, come on.
Pop that on a t-shirt.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. You can have that one,
Gen
I
Jen.
will, I'll take that. But
When they create a new
Where
one,
did
it's got to be
these
after you.
I think
Wow.
they're going in order of the alphabet.
Well, really?
Well, yeah, Gen X.
Where's Y?
Well, the millennial.
They
is
can't
the
have
Y.
Gen Y because it's more like a question.
And it was the millennial would be the Gen Y, and they've changed it to millennial because it was literally.
All right, I've
the
got another
turn
question.
of
I've
the
got another
millennium.
question, and this is a serious one.
Okay.
You've got the LBG, whatever it is.
Sounds like a true Generation Xer. Whatever it is.
What is it? What is it?
LBT.
Oh, wow.
Steve, what is it?
It's LGBTQI+.
Oh, I
Right.
didn't know about
Okay.
that.
One question. What is a plus?
Inclusive
What's
of
a-
everybody.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Oh, come.
Because what will happen is that all 26 letters of the alphabet you'll have to go through. So the plus just means we're not adding any more letters, even though there's probably more to be added. That's what I think.
So I
Plus means
could in
everyone
theory
else.
be a Generation Plus.
Yeah. You could. Do you know what?
I'm going to create my own
you
generation.
Could, you,
I'm going to be Generation Plus.
You can
Do it.
identify.
Your Gen T is not
Yeah.
going to happen because I'm starting Generation Plus.
Do you
All
know
right,
what,
Jen?
Chris? You do what you need to do. If it
Identify
makes
as
you
whoever
happy,
you want.
Yeah.
You
I'm not
want to
going to
identify
be.
as that.
Well, you
can.
did an article, Jen, didn't you, about what was it called? People identifying
goodness.
spiritually as animals and stuff.
Yeah. Do you want me to Google it quickly? What it was?
It was a weird word, wasn't it? It's not a word that I'd.
Yeah, it was quite a word I hadn't have heard of. But basically, yeah, they find themselves having things in common with animals and stuff. So some like
Spiritually.
and I don't think it's a constant
emotionally.
thing, but every now and again they might
Poo in a box.
become a dog.
Well, I'm just thinking, if you're going to pretend to be a cat, for example, you've got to poo in a box.
Sounds like something off OnlyFans.
Oh, God. Sometimes I need to think before I speak, don't I? The brain wasn't quite engaged then. It just blurted it out.
Stereotypes.
What is it?
Therians.
Therins.
Therians, and there's now a community of Therians in Tenerife. And
Now, you
it's a-
see,
Wow.
I consider myself at 55 years old, but because of living here, working in the environment we work in, still kind of not down with the kids because
knew
you
you
were
were gonna
talking
say that. I
because you
knew
were
it.
talking about words the other day. You were talking
We
about
were.
Jen's eyebrows being on point or
on
something.
fleek.
On what? Sorry.
On fleek.
Well,
It means that you.
Do you know
it
that's
means,
really old though? That's
It
like
is.
that's over 10 years. That was a Kim K thing.
Because I thought they were going to. Who?
Kim
Kim
Kardashian.
I thought it was going to be like they're pink. Is that not?
Peng.
Peng ting.
Peng, yeah.
Oh, not Peng.
No, Peng.
Oh, I'm
P-E-N-G.
thinking of Steve Peng. Oh, Peng.
Peng.
Oh, that's like a Towie thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I actually know somebody who thought that Towie was a river in Essex.
The River Towie.
Genuinely. Genuinely, I'll tell you off camera who it was.
Okay.
And she honestly thought that it was the River Towie.
It wasn't me. Like, 'cause
Can we just say that straight away?
it does sound like the kind of thing that I would say, though. if I'm
Anyway, all
honest.
this urban stuff, I'm starting to feel old. So
There you go.
anyway,
It's giving. It's
Don't
giving.
worry,
Charge
yes.
it, Chris. Charge it.
It's giving main character energy over here.
Totes.
don't say totes. My kids tell me off for saying totes.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I always say to them just to wind them up. Oh, it's totes amazing.
Start using skibbity and things like that, and the
Skibbity
kids will go
toilet,
mad.
yeah.
Yeah, skibbity toilet.
Only people with
what it
only
means.
people with serious riz
Skibbity.
say skibbity.
Sounds like skid mark.
It is about toilets.
It
though.
is a bad word. Well, not a bad word, but it just means something's not very good.
Well, there's been a lot, and I struggle now to keep up with it. There's a whole
I-
6-7 thing that's still going.
I
off
don't.
at my
Yeah,
house,
that came
but-
about because it just did. The one that gets me, and I was watching YouTube videos and shorts and reels and things like that. Low key. The phrase low key. Kids nowadays are saying, "I low key this. I low key felt."
Oh,
that,
you
I
mean
low-key-"
him out of Marvel? Thor, Loki.
I wish it did mean that, but it doesn't. And people start. Do you remember there was a period of time when people used to be like, so, and they would start their sentence with the word so.
I do that now.
People are using low key as to start the conversation, then in the middle of the conversation, and then at the end of the conversation using the word low key. And it's getting on my nerves, so stop it.
I'll tell you what
kinda
winds
like
me
it.
up.
Go on.
Like people talking and they use the word like 15 times.
I had a friend once that said, "Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?" After like almost, she wouldn't even finish one sentence
I do
before. Not as much as she did. Anyway, I low key kind of want to move on.
Good, let's go.
Let's do this. I know it's been talked about a lot, but this is the Tenerife Pod, and something people are obsessed with when it comes to Tenerife is the weather.
Well, I haven't really had a choice lately because it has been,
It's-
not being
it's
funny,
been
it has been
weather
pretty,
heavy.
pretty bad.
I know obviously you updated everyone on Friday, and there
Yeah.
was the huge storms over the weekend. Did anyone get woken up by the thunder, guys?
It was
No.
Thursday, actually, but never mind.
No, I slept through it.
Pod. Oh God, sorry. Yeah.
I genuinely slept through it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wake
woke up
me
to the messages going, "Oh my God, did you hear that?" I was like, "No." But then again, the cough medicine that I'm on sends me off, so I would have slept through
You
it.
were high as a
anything.
kite.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has been bad. How was your weekends? Like, did it scupper any big plans that you had?
Well, yeah, because we spoke about it. So schools were closed, which
Yes.
meant that the Australia's Theatre School
Something
couldn't
else that winds
happen
me up.
on. What's that?
The amount,
I feel like I know what you're going to say.
Oh, actually, I think I do now as
it's
well.
the amount of people I've had to explain to why the schools are shut, and the problem is that and some of these people these are all residents, by the way, all people who live here, and most of them have lived here for a long time, and don't understand that the storm warning is for more than just Las Americas and Los Cristianos.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you can be in Las Americas 5 miles up the road by Tejoco Baco and San Juan or whatever. There was hundreds of people with no electricity for 24 hours
Yeah.
because of the storm.
Yeah.
There was also floods and this, that and the other. And, it's just that people, for some reason, don't seem to be able to accept that it's a bigger area than just that, we keep saying it, 3 square miles. And also there's several schools that have suffered damage,
Yeah.
which are being assessed today after they've now reopened. And also teachers don't live in the south. We spoke about this the other day.
Yeah.
They can't afford to live down here. They've trained up north, or they've come in from another island, and they're having to travel down. And so it's travel that the authorities want to, unnecessary travel people
Yeah.
want to prevent. And when you see, you've got the figures there, Jen, for the rainfall in various different areas. Where was the most areas?
So the rainfall totals, Cruz de Tea.
Which is in Granadilla. So that's
That
up the
was
road from us.
276 litres.
Now, what people don't realise, that's 276 litres per square metre.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is a lot.
All right?
Yeah.
Now, that's 27 centimetres deep of rain. Now,
nearly a
not
foot.
just in that square metre, everywhere. It's a huge amount of rain, and that's just up the road.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we are on the south slopes of Teide, and the key word there is slope. So this water has to run off somewhere, doesn't it, Steve?
Yes, it has to go somewhere, and it's The barrancos, if there was so many great videos, I have to say, posted of one of them, Puerto de la Cruz. There's a barranco that goes over the motor, goes over the roadway, and it was like Niagara Falls. It was madness, the amount of water that was coming down. Don't get me wrong, we need this water because, it fills up our reservoirs. In certain parts of the Canaries, it's actually overfilling the reservoirs, and they're going really over the top, and flood risks and things like that. But people seem to also forget we need fresh water because we only get 50% of our water here in Tenerife from desalination plants. The other 50% has to be from the reservoirs, which during the height of the summer will dry up quite substantially.
For 18 months we were under a drought warning because they were running at very low levels.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And only recently did they lift that after the last storms at the turn of the year. So until then, we were only running at like 30% capacity, and they were saying that the reservoirs did not have enough water to see us through the summer, because obviously the summer's always dry. And this is another thing that winds me up. People are going, I can't believe it's raining. 5 days of rain. I mean, 5 whole days? It's probably going to be sunny for the next 9 months.
Yeah.
But I know a couple of headlines have been winding you up, haven't they?
What?
Can I
one
read
in particular?
one for you?
Yeah, well,
Go on, Jen, go on.
It wasn't even the headline, actually. It was the next. Jen, read that because.
Okay, so the headline, you're right, isn't that bad? But on Metro UK, Tenerife and Gran Canaria hit with significant danger weather warnings. Okay, and then it starts.
Which is true.
But the first line of this article. Go on, Jen.
Oh. The Canary Islands are facing severe yellow and amber weather warnings as storms sweep through British holiday hotspots.
The line that really got to me was tourists wading through snow and ice. What? Where were they wading through snow and ice? Did somebody drag their sunbed up to Taby?
Well, the video we put on, which we actually on Canarian Weekly we credited saying it's from the Cabildo. It's a Cabildo video from obviously their staff up there. Let's not forget also, all the roads are shut still.
Yeah.
You can't go up there. So you can see from the mountain that the snow is actually quite low. It's quite low at the moment.
Yeah.
But the comments were saying, fake. Fake AI. AI. Fake.
And
I was like, really? Is this the world we live in?
Yeah, I've seen the word scaremongering too many times this weekend. I really, really genuinely have. If you want scaremongering, though, here it is. Because, not talking about Tenerife necessarily, but this has got to be said about how bad Therese is.
Well, also, this highlights to everyone that these decisions about weather warnings are made for the whole of the Canary Islands, not just Tenerife, not just the province of Tenerife and the smaller islands, but all of them accordingly.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right, Steve.
So over 3,000 have been affected as Storm Therese triggers evacuations in Gran Canaria. Particularly difficult weekend and night with heavy rainfall, widespread disruption, rising water levels, isolated or unable to leave the areas, particularly the Arguinigin ravine, which if you've ever been to Arguinigin, it is in a valley. It's in a very rapidly increasing water
Just quickly,
flow.
so people know, Arguinigin's on the east coast,
That's
isn't
right,
it?
yeah.
Just before you get to Puerto Rico and Playa de Ingles and so on and so forth.
One of the most critical situations has been in Aguete, which authorities ordered a precautionary evacuation of the neighbourhoods of Los Perez,
which is the ferry port.
That's right, and El Hornillo, amid fears the nearby reservoir was going to overflow. The evacuated were taken to the Pepe de Maso secondary school, which was a temporary shelter, but also flooding, landslides. I mean, you've seen some of the photographs of some of the size of the rocks that have been hitting.
Yeah,
the
there was a
roads.
15-ton boulder on the GC60, which closed. Did you see it?
Insane.
Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant video, I mean, absolutely brilliant what happened. No one was hurt.
Yeah.
And then you've got people commenting going, how do they know it's 15 tons?
I saw that.
Do you know, I nearly actually replied saying, well, they picked it up, weighed it, then put it back. So but I thought, better not. But they can tell by the size and density of the rock, you know.
Absolutely. Mountainous areas as well. The Arguinigin ravine, as we mentioned, forced the closure of the GC505. Landslides have impacted more than 10 roads across the island as well, complicating access for the emergency services and residents. The storm delivered 14 million cubic metres of water to Gran Canaria's of reservoirs. I'm struggling to fathom what 14 million cubic metres looks like.
Yeah, because that's not litres.
Litres, no, we're talking...
That is I mean, this desk is probably 2 cubic metres.
Yes, yeah.
More or less. and it's 7 million of those. It's a huge amount, and this is, I mean, they're actually in danger now of the reservoirs overflowing, which is why people have been evacuated because of floods caused by not just the rainfall, but by the
reservoir. Yeah,
overflowing.
Las Niñas reservoir is close to overflowing, which could further increase the flow of water to the surrounding ravines. Again, Archinigan ravine really, really raising concerns. Severe weather also caused damage to properties in coastal areas such as Pozo Izquierdo, where incidents reported overnight. Heavy rainfall created hazardous conditions. Authorities are continuing to monitor closely the situation. Residents and visitors are advised, and that goes for here as well. All the official guidance, because Storm Therese is still technically with us.
Yeah. I was going to say, obviously, that's Gran Canaria. Bringing it back to Tenerife, is there any areas that are potentially similar or that could have
Well, I think Steve
incident?
just mentioned Puerto La Cruz Ravine.
Oh, right, okay, sorry.
I mean, if you look, a lot of these places are inland.
Yeah.
And it is the more mountainous areas that do get affected. So usually what that means, La Gomera, La Palma, because they're the two mountainous islands in the smaller islands, and then Tenerife and Gran Canaria. Lanzarote and Fuerteventura are much flatter.
Yeah.
So yes, there's inland areas here. I mean, if you look at some of the videos from Villa Flor, absolutely incredible, because what you've got to remember, we've got a very hard bedrock. So the water has to flow somewhere. It doesn't sink into the ground, or only a small proportion sinks into the ground. When it's coming down that heavy, it's relentless. And they're saying that there's still going to be more rain, even here in the south, until Wednesday night. So 2 more days. But it is starting to move further sort of north and east slowly. So...
Well, the schools and everything are back open today, even though there's still some orange weather alerts and stuff. And obviously, still be careful. But you're right. I think.
Well, the alerts aren't necessarily for storms as much now or strong winds. They are for rain. Right. Which obviously, yes, it can still be wet. If you're coming here on holiday, we're very sorry. But as I said, the next 9 months will probably be.
We 300 plus days of sunshine. So if you get the odd one that's not. It's just the law of numbers, isn't it?
I see a few comments of people that are sacked off their holiday early, gone home early, or like changing.
Have they though? Have they? Could anybody go into the comments now and say, I took a flight home early?
Saw one comment.
Or did you go into the bar and just enjoy yourself anyway?
That's what people seem to be doing.
There's still plenty to do, isn't there? I worked in Cyprus once. And
I'll tell you what, half of Tenerife were in the spa over the weekend, because I was in the gym and then the spa.
It's a great
option.
Like
literally.
Great option.
But I'll tell you what, the other thing that winds me up.
Here we go. On one today.
Well, no, it's a genuine thing. Do people not realise? I mean, you got wound up by a guy the other day who posted a photo on one of the forums without his T-shirt on, going, "Storm, what storm? It's lovely where I am." And yes, they've been putting against the snow videos, saying, "Well, I'm on the beaches. There's no snow on the beaches." But I understand people get misled by the UK press, but people must also realise that Los Cristianos through to Las Americas Costa Dequi, that little area, which is obviously one of the biggest tourist destinations in Europe, is there for a reason. Tourism started in the north of the island. It then developed to the south in the early 70s. 72 was the first hotel, Gran Canaria, etc., 50 years ago. All right? And it was put there for a reason, because that is the warmest, most sheltered, least rain days, least strong winds of anywhere in the Canary Islands. So that area has the best weather than all the Canary Islands. So when there are storm warnings and there's bad weather, the chances are that if you are staying in Los Cristianos or Las Americas, yes, it's going to be nice. That's why they built it there.
And actually, I seem to remember we talked about a little bit on Friday. 13 years it's been since a storm has approached from the other direction.
Or the direction of this one.
The direction that this one has.
Yeah.
Straight at us, head first, into Los Cristianos and Costa Dequi, that whole coastline. So it came there first. Normally, it comes from the north, and we spoke about this. The mountains do a great job of buffering everything that could be crap and making sure
and as Chris spoke about very correctly, was the amount of microclimates here and why they're developed because of the mountains. You know, it's no shock or no surprise that we've got the highest point of Spain right in the middle of the island here, and it ends up causing weather patterns. So,
I just feel like you are always going to get annoyed because people are always going to have a little moan. We love a moan. British people love a moan.
We do love a moan.
Especially about the weather.
And the weather in particular is
Whether
a
it's too
hot
hot,
topic
too cold,
talking point.
too many climas, like we love it. So there's still going to be people moaning every time there's a bit of rain. It's lovely weather. It's still going to happen. So, I mean, every pod we will have a little moan about that as well.
The good news is things are starting to happen again, though, now, aren't they?
Yeah, things are. So there obviously was a few things cancelled over the weekend, but coming up, there are a few things that I would like to mention, because, you know, I'm a big fan of sustainability and being environmentally
You're
friendly.
a big fan of your stinger.
Am I allowed to play it now? Am I being let loose again?
We missed it while you weren't here. Steve only played it twice.
Yeah.
And one of them times you didn't mean to.
One of those was an accident outside.
I mean, I feel like if we're going to make these things for the pod, we should definitely use them. Right, so I want to talk about the beach cleanup, which is taking place on Saturday, this Saturday, March the 28th, from 10 till 12. Now, this is going to be in San Juan. Basically, just go along, have a bit of a day out, but do something beautiful for the island and clean up the beach. Any questions? Do you want me to read out the little thing?
Yeah, what does it say?
Join us for a fun-filled day at Playa de San Juan, where we'll be cleaning up the beautiful beach together. Let's make a difference in our community and help keep our oceans clean. This is an in-person event. Obviously, you can't do it if you're not there.
Remotely, yeah.
So don't forget to bring your sunscreen and a reusable water bottle. Let's work together to protect our environment and enjoy the fresh sea breeze while we're at it. See you there.
Who's organising it?
It is Canary Green.
Right, now let's just. There's 2 Canary Greens going on at the moment. It's very frustrating for these guys because they've been Canary Green for God knows how long. But now the government have set up a Canary Green, which is the app that we're advertising.
Yep.
They're both promoting sustainability, but the people behind this Canary Green have been doing it for a long time. The main man is a guy called John Beckley.
Okay.
Who's a really good guy, been here a long time and has always promoted sustainability, the word you used, sustainable tourism, environmental stuff. And this, in fact, we will get him on the pod at some point because he's got some really good things to talk about. This is actually part of a whole series of beach cleans every month. All right.
Oh, right. Okay.
Now, I only found out recently, I didn't know this, but anything that involves more than 5 people, you have to get a license for. And the licenses are not easy to get. In actual fact, they had 2 set up, one in La Caleta, one somewhere else, in Adeki as well. I think it was Playa Troya, actually, which Adeki refused the license. Ironically, it's Adeki that set up the other Canary Green or influencing the other Canary Green. So this is going to be the first one that they've actually done. And yeah, I think it's something that, you know, everyone should go and support.
That surprises me, though, that if you're applying for a license for doing a cleaning job, which the Ayuntamiento should be partly doing.
You have to pay for as well.
Yeah, that you would refuse that. I can't see the necessary.
Yeah, what was the reason?
Yeah,
why
are you saying no to that?
Refused?
Very often it can be the timescale, or it can be weather warnings. There's various different reasons as to why they're not issued or they're cancelled, but they're actually, believe it or not, frustratingly really hard to get.
Yeah.
And it's a really complicated process, which, as you say, does sound stupid, and you have to pay for them.
Yeah.
So, you know, these guys at Canary Green have been working relentlessly for a long time now. So, yeah, if you want to, you know, it'd be great for everyone.
Yeah, I think, and as well, like from maybe quite a selfish point of view, it's always good to have stuff to do with the family and things over the weekend, and to do something where they're going to be educated and understand about how important it is to keep where we live.
Team building.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of that. So I think, sorry, I've just kicked the camera. I think to get people involved in that would be great. So like I said, that's this Saturday, 10 till 12 at San Juan Beach. Something else that's going on. This sounds so much fun. Literally, up and fun.
Oh, yes.
Up and fun with Spring Hotels at the... Right, I don't think I say this hotel name right. I say Bitakara.
That's correct.
That's right.
Oh, not Bitakora.
No.
Bitakara. Okay, that's good news. Finally did something right. So again, this is this Saturday as well. And it's a rooftop party. So the Hotel Butaka maybe not so recently now, got all done up and refurbished, and I've not actually been inside since. So it would be a great way to go and have a nosy. It's in Playa de las Americas.
This is the one with all the water slides and stuff, isn't it? Yeah, they've got loads of different stuff there.
What's great about it is it's adults only, so you can go and go and enjoy this without the kids all over the place. So it's €49 per person. Your tickets include food and drink. You're guaranteed a sunbed, access to 2 jacuzzis and the infinity pool. There's a DJ from 10 till 6. Booking is essential though. So
Spring Hotel, all the Spring hotels, all the main 3 Spring hotels in their group, which are the Butaka, Volcano and Arona Gran, all have this thing called Up, which is the rooftop terrace, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, oh yes.
And it's a very exclusive thing, and this is why it's up and fun. It's not by the main pool. This is on the Up Terrace, which has got amazing views of Las Americas.
The last time I was in an Up, it was in the Volcano with my mate Jane McDonald.
Who?
Jane McDonald. You know,
you've never mentioned that.
Have I never mentioned it before?
No. Do you even like Jane McDonald?
Yeah, great pals.
You should talk about that more.
He's her Tenerife husband. That's how she described you, wasn't it?
Do you actually do you have a number in your phone?
No.
Do you contact each other at any time on like socials or?
Once on Insta.
What did she say?
Because she was doing something on Radio 2, so I messaged her on Insta just to say she wanted tips on barbecuing.
So you're Radio 2 buddies as well?
Yeah.
Because
I was on Radio 2.
Because you were on Radio 2 as well, weren't you?
I was on Radio 2. Sarah Cox show's Chef of the Week last February.
Now, this is interesting.
I love Sarah Cox.
Yeah, but this is interesting because when we actually explained that you were a chef, it was on the first episode when the beginning got cut off.
That's right.
So we haven't actually explained on the pod that you are a fully qualified and published, is that right, Jen?
Yeah,
a published chef, is that right, Steve?
That is absolutely correct. The cookbook is Lockdown Kitchen, was written through lockdown, of course. It's on Amazon now, $4.99. Get yourself a copy.
We were just talking before we went on there as well, like how you cook yourself, like big dinners, like you did yourself a Sunday roast just for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? I absolutely, genuinely love to cook. It's for me a therapy. It relaxes me. I just enjoy putting things together.
So have you never? I mean, I don't know if people know, but you apparently work at the Winchester.
I never mentioned that.
You never mentioned that either. But have you never thought of doing something on your channel of cook-alongs and things like that?
So I have a channel already, a Facebook page called Cooking for All, which was started in 2016. And it used to be called Cooking for Reps, and it was a video YouTube channel specifically to help holiday reps.
Cooking for Reps, because I guess a lot of reps are young, leave home for the first time, and probably have a fridge with nothing in it.
Exactly that. The reason for starting it was many of my colleagues were between the ages of 18 and 24, young people, and I would constantly see them in McDonald's, KFC, getting pizza, doing all of this kind of stuff. And we were all, at the time, pre-COVID, came from the UK and pre-Brexit, but they used to give us an apartment. You'd have accommodation would be provided for you, and every single one of them had a kitchen, every single one. And I thought, I need to do something to help these young people to not only stop spending loads of money on takeaways, but also to try and eat a bit healthy. So I started Cooking for Reps. And
so you're like the Jamie Oliver for reps.
trying to ban turkey twizzlers.
Their mums are flying over with turkey twizzlers. let my kid eat the turkey twizzler.
It was just decided that I would do that, and so I had made videos in the past. Of just basic stuff, but good stuff. So the first video I ever made was a beef in red wine sauce. Just quick half an hour.
No rep
nice and
is
easy.
using that red wine on the beef. They're slurping that. No rep that I know. No self-respecting rep.
Part of the recipe, Jen, was 2 bottles of red, one for the dinner, one for you. I mean,
what gets me is like you say, I just threw together a beef in red wine. I couldn't cook that.
I would know.
Could you?
No,
you a good cook, Jen?
No, I'm not. But I also probably blame the fact that I moved out and I went to work straight away in places like being a rep. I worked for TUI and I worked for other companies, but I lived in all-inclusive hotels. I didn't need to fend for myself, like, ever. When I went to university, I quickly made friends with a guy. He was gay, not that means anything, but he basically took me under his wing, used to cook for me.
Was he a plus?
He was just he was
No,
just
he was a G.
he was a G. You might know him. He was on Married at First Sight a couple of years
Never
ago.
seen it.
Adrian, his name was. He ended up with
Oh
Tom.
yeah, I love maths.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know
2+2.
if they weren't the first gay couple, but yeah, he was on there. Anyway, so he kind of took me under his wing and cooked for me. Then I lived in all-inclusive hotels. So actually,
One
as a
question:
rep, I never
if you
needed
live
to
in
cook.
an all-inclusive hotel as a rep, do you get the all-inclusive?
Yeah, well, I did.
Drink as well.
No.
Oh.
But you.
Well,
if
soft
you're-
drinks, yes. You can drink soft drinks and water and things like
I
that.
was slightly different because I was an entertainer, so I was friends with all the guests who knew we weren't allowed to drink, but would all get us drinks, and like so it was never really an issue. Like, I don't know if I should have said that, but yeah, but it was never really
was
a
all in
problem.
the past,
We
Jen,
were
don't worry
basically
about it.
all inclusive. So,
But it's just one of those things. I did want to do something that would make it easier for the reps and these young
Well, bring it
people.
back because-
And it had a really good following. I've sort of weaned off it a little bit. I think the last video I actually made was last summer, and it was a slow cooked pork ribs
Oh, but that took a long
with a
time.
coleslaw. Well, the good thing is it's what we call a fire and forget. So you do the bit, you make the coleslaw, you put the ribs in the oven, and then you go and sit on the balcony and drink beer for 4 hours. Brilliant.
okay, interesting. Yeah, I think.
So
you
have you not
picked this
thought about
one.
doing any videos for the Winchester? Have you?
It's in
have you,
hand.
Have you cooking?
It's in hand.
Oh,
Of course,
There
it
you
is,
go.
of course. I just have to mention, just to go back, I hate to do this, but if people wanted tickets for the Up and Fun at the Bitakara, it's you can get them on the Spring Hotels website or tickety.es, just because that looks like it's going to be so much fun. And